There is reports coming out of Nicholstown, Andros, and everybody knows that Andros is the biggest island in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Well, the reports are that there's a big fire in Nicholstown, and there is this call for fire engine and other vehicles that will help in the, termination of fire. So there's fire going on. So I'm very concerned when I would have received that stressful report. So it is my hope that somebody on the island of Andros, and particularly in the settlement of Nicholstown, will make contact with me and tell me how is the fire progressing. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister of the Bahamas, that would be the Honorable Philip Davis, has introduced into the Parliament an anti-gang bill. So this perhaps will be the first bill that is designed to take on gang leaders here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So that is a very interesting development. So these are some of the things that we shall be discussing on this wonderful day, which is Thursday, the 4th of April 2024. So we're broadcasting live from the Iltv studios located here at University Drive. Welcome to Freedom March, and my name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. So there has been an increase in the stealing of cars. So if you get up one day and you can't find your car, it's probably someone has stolen it, but don't feel bad because they're stealing cars all over New Providence. So chances are it won't only be your car, but there is a proliferation in the stealing of cars all over the island of New Providence. That is what they have told me. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save our blessed sovereign, King Charles III, the entire royal family. God save the King. I'll be right back after the adjournment. Hold on, everybody. This is powerful today. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and of course there is reports coming out of Nicholstown, Andros, and as a resident described the fire as a big fire. So there's a big fire in Nicholstown, Andros, and listening to the person, I got the impression that it might have been, how should I say, there might have been fire for a couple of days. So this is the report that we are getting. And now that there is a fire, residents are now calling for a fire engine, a fire truck. So that is the reports that we have received, that in Nicholstown there's a fire. So for a moment I have been asking myself, who is the member of parliament for Nicholstown, Andros? So I'm not sure, but I'm certain before the show is over, I shall discover who the member of parliament is. And it is my hope that whoever he is, he shall do the things that will cause a fire engine to appear in that particular settlement, because listening to one or two voice notes, I got the impression that people were very, very intimidated, very, very fearful, and I'm sympathetic to those who are the victims of arson. So I thought I'll tell that to you. And so let me just look at an ad before we continue, before we continue some more. Yeah, I'm live on TV, so please do not answer me so that your voice will not be heard. Watch me for a break. If you are able to come. If you're not able to come, we'll talk tomorrow. But don't answer me. Thank you. Sorry about that. You know, I'm a mystical man. I'm always talking in codes and in parable. But this ad that I'm going to read to you, there's nothing that is in code here, okay? So I want you to know that Western Air now flies to Naughty Lutra and Nassau on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings, as well as Sunday evenings. So visit www.westernairbahamas.com to book today. And Western Air is very powerful indeed. So it's very powerful. Well, having paid that bill, I want people to know that there is that fire. So if you are from Andros, and particularly in the settlement of Nicholstown, call home and find out how has that fire materialized. I think that would be very, very important. So there's some exciting news taking place here in the country. There is an article in one of the Negro media that attracted my attention today. It has to do with the government is demanding $300 million from the Grand Bahama Port Authority. So that is a story that I find of great interest, particularly when the government is demanding what appears to be taxes, what appears to be monies due to the state, when we take into consideration that under the Perry Christie administration, there has been certain bills which have been turned into law that keeps an eye on us, the ordinary citizenry, to ensure that we pay our bills, our taxes to the state, and therefore Grand Bahama Port Authority, we can't allow them to get away. So I'll look at that at some point. And then in view of the fact that we've had a series of crimes, and we're like Haiti, every day We are like Haiti. Remember what I said, don't answer me because I'm live on TV. But if you are free, you can head to the studio now. If you're not, then I'll see you. You call me this evening. Thank you. Don't answer. We are like Haiti. There are many Bahamians who have a difficulty with the country being associated with a poor, black nation like Haiti. But we are like Haiti when you take into consideration the level of gangsterism that is taking place in Haiti. And you would recall that Prime Minister Philip Davis did send Mr. Christie, the former Prime Minister, along with a number of people who represented a delegation from the Caribbean to meet with the gang leaders in Haiti with a view to coming to some political decision that would have brought some level of political peace in that country. And everything that we have accused the gangs of, we're doing it here. Now, we don't want to admit to it. I'll give you an example. In Haiti, the Haitian gang murdered the Haitian president, that is Moise Jovenel. Here in the Bahamas, on the 27th of March, one of the most senior former state holder, Donald Saunders, he was murdered in a village like Haiti, Gambia village. And let us not forget who Don Sanders was. He was the former parliamentary representative for Tall Pines. And he was the former deputy speaker of the House of Assembly. And he was the national deputy chairman of the Free National Movement. So the same way the Haitians have been killing their political leaders, we're now seeing it in the Bahamas. And it was done by black Haitian gangs. And it's only now for the Commissioner of Police to confirm that these people who are in custody and are suspected for the murder of Don are black. And obviously black gangsters. Now, some of us don't want to hear that, but that's what the facts are. So we just like Haiti. And that is why I've had difficulty of the Bahamas going into Haiti, because it's a major contradiction. How the heck you could be just like the Haitian? The Haitian believe in machete, we believe in machete. The Haitian believe in robbing and raping. We can outdo a Haitian when it comes to robbing and raping. So we're just like the Haitians. We do have a lot of gangs in our country, according to the authorities. And the Prime Minister has introduced a bill in the Honorable House of Assembly to deal with gang. And I think it's an opportunity for every citizen. First of all, every citizen should get a copy of that bill, and every member of parliament should hold constituency meetings with their constituency with a view to introducing to them the government's bill and the opposition suggestion, either to further improve it or to hold on and to support it. That is what should happen as we attempt to create this anti-gang bill. And that should be a major priority. We should ignore going into Haiti, because we have our barbecue right here. And the Haitian barbecue, he's not been accused of killing a former deputy speaker. So it's a contradiction that we talk about the Haitian gang. We run on about the Haitian lawlessness, but we got it here. You see, ours is a little bit more sophisticated than the Haitian one. And I don't want to hurt your Negro pride by telling you why our level of gangsterism is a little bit more sophisticated. You wouldn't want me to say it. So we all need to join forces. We need to make suggestions. We need to see the bill. All right? We should not just sit back idly, let the parliament debate it, and then we get a bill and we don't know if the bill have teeth. This bill must have the power to execute the gang leader. That is how you test a bill. If this bill say any gang activist who commits murder shall be executed, that's anti-gang. Any bill designed to fight gang declares that any man who commits murder shall be deemed to be a gangster and shall be punished by death. Now you're fighting gangsterism. So this can't be an impotent battle. This battle must be strong, and the penalty must be strong. Other than that, the youthful gangster who is 15, remember the 16-year-old boy who went in the middle of the whole street, and when that muscular Negro man was playing domino by the dilly tree, and he walked from the back of the yard and called his name, and when he turned his head around, he blew his head off. Well, he was only about 16. So when he turns 25, if he goes to jail for 25 years, I think 16 plus 25 is like 41. He's just ready to come out of prison and perhaps find himself a wife and get married. So it's not strong enough punishment. An anti-gang law must be a terrorist, an anti-terrorist act. It must make you afraid. You must feel it in your soul. You must feel it in your heart that if you become a gang activist, if you become a gangster, if you participate in gang warfare, if you commit murder, if you commit robbery, if you fire a gun in a neighborhood indiscriminately, then you are a gangster, and the law will be thrown behind you. Outside of that, we're only marking time. That is all that we will be doing. So it's very important that every citizen get a copy of the bill. Every citizen must petition your member of parliament. Okay? Let us not forget that the first deputy speaker, former though he be, is an FNM. And you will see that the FNM is in a state of political shock. You hear me? They are punch drunk. I'm in contact with them. They are punch drunk, punch drunk. They have no solution on crime. And you will see that this debate on gangster and an anti-gangster law and the FNM will not be able to come up with any creative anti-solution to this level of gang activity in the country. So y'all are just like the Haitian them. Okay? Y'all are just like the Haitian. Yeah, y'all is Haitian. Yeah, y'all is Haitian. All right? A bunch of bloodthirsty people. And I remember when Mama was alive, you know, you couldn't say sucker. Mama said that's a curse. Couldn't say sucker. Because if you could have, I would have said, y'all are nothing but a bunch of blood suckers. Y'all are willing to shed blood, but y'all are not willing to punish those who go afoul of the law. So let's see what the bill says. And it would be very good if the government would publish the bill in the local media so that every citizen will be able to put his hands on it, will be able to read it, will be able to study it, and will be able to make recommendation. Yeah, I think I should point that out to you. So we're no different from the Haitian, okay? In fact, some of my people wouldn't commit some of the crimes that y'all and some of them Haitians are committing, okay? But you Bahamians, y'all are just like Haitian, okay? Yeah. Y'all not like my kind of Haitian, but y'all is them other bad kind of Haitian, like the ones y'all want to invade in Haiti. And that's why I say, let's stay out of Haiti, okay? And you will see that Dr. Hubert Minnis and I want the country to watch. Dr. Hubert Minnis is opposed to the Haitian invasion. Let us not forget. Minnis and I, we are Haitians. Okay? Minnis is a what? I forget what Minnis' Haitian surname is. I'll remember. Nord. Capital N-O-R-D. Nord. So, watch us when we say don't go into Haiti. Minnis and me, we agree on one thing. Haiti is powerful. Very powerful indeed. So, having said that to you, let me see what else I will say to you. Well, I'm saved by the bell. This is Freedom March. Reports coming out of Nicholstown that there's a fire. Nicholstown is on fire and they need a fire engine. Anybody in Nicholstown, give me a call. Let me know what's going on. God save the people of Nicholstown. God save the King. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Yesterday, Prime Minister Philip Davis introduced into the House of Assembly, if I have it correctly, a bill that will deal with gangs and the punishment that will be meted out to those who are convicted of being a part of a gang. So let's look at it so that we will all be clear on what the proposed legislation offers the nation at a time like this when the murder has, well, at a time like this when we see these level of gang-related criminal activities. So let's see what the government says. Up to 25 years jail for gang members in proposed law. Long-awaited anti-gang legislation was tabled in the House of Assembly yesterday with gang members facing up to 25 years in prison. The legislation detailed how gang membership could be proven with evidence including people's clothing, tattoos, body markings, signs, or codes in possession. Other evidence included confessions or evidence of criminal activity. So, if you have certain codes, certain let's get it clear, because we may have to ban a lot of things. Evidence included your clothing, depending on the type of clothes you are wearing. Tattoos, body tattoos. There are lots of young people who have tattoos all over their bodies. So I'm kind of happy that we will declare tattoos illegal. I want all tattoos to be declared unlawful, or you can be associated with being a gangster. What else? And they say signs, markings, signs, or code in their possession. Well, I'm certain if you did that, I'm certain the F&M will object to you declaring this to be a code, and the Progressive Liberal Party, they will also object to this being decriminalized. So there are many codes that are done. There is a meeting that was held on Bay Street, and those who attended this meeting happens to be this many years ago, so nobody that I'm talking about is alive. The last person that attended this meeting were two senior officials, one late commissioner of police, and the other one a former judge of the Supreme Court and a former Court of Appeal judge. They all are members of this lodge that comprised of a lot of senior judges and police officers. So they all went to that meeting, and everybody had their codes. I don't want to go into it because, you know, the society is small and I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings today. Maybe next week I might be in a mood to hurting some people's feelings. And all they did is flash code. They flashed code. They did it so that you would know, so you could watch out for it. You know where John Bull is on Bay Street? So if you're standing opposite John Bull, look up in the air and you can see one big, funny, large symbol. Well, that's where they met, and everybody was throwing sign, all kind of sign they threw there. But I'll talk about it another day. But we're going to make certain signs, signatures, and markings of the body unlawful. So these are some of the symbols to prove that you are a member of a gang. And then under the anti-gang bill, which is 2024, a police officer could also arrest a person without a warrant if there is reasonable cause to believe the person is a gang member, gang leader, or involved in gang activity. So that's very interesting, where if the police suspect that you are a gangster, you are a gang leader, you're participating in gang activities, you could be arrested. That's plenty power, because there are lots of activities that are taking place in our country that constitute gangsterism. So the police is going to have wide authority. I just hope it's a very intelligent police who can be able to assess the environment, look at people, and then say, yeah, he's a gangster. So it's very interesting indeed. I love this law, where the police can just look at you and say, yeah, this son of a gun, I believe is a gangster, and put you under arrest. The bill comes as the country continues to grapple with a murder rate that has seen 37 homicides so far this year. Many of the killings have been linked to gang retaliation. Now, is this true? That many of the killings have been linked to gang retaliation. Our most famous killing took place on the 27th of March, when the Free National Movement Deputy Chairman, former Member of Parliament, former Deputy Speaker, Donald Saunders, was murdered. Can we link that to gang activity? And perhaps I shall submit that we can, in view of the fact that Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernanda has informed the public that there are 3 men in custody. So if you accuse 3 men of armed robbery and murder, that's gangsterism. That's what it is. One man could be a gangster, but definitely if 3 men participate in an armed robbery and shots are fired and a person is murdered, well, it's gangsterism. So we can say then that Don Saunders' death is a result of gangsterism, the level of criminal activity in our country at a point in our society when we are preoccupied with Haitian gangsterism. And I'd love to see Haiti in a state of peace, but certainly the gangsters of the Bahamas, I need them to be dealt with, because we have good history that would allow us to look at our history and deal with our gangsters. And in order to look at the history, you need only to take note of the story of our blessed English governor, Woodes Rogers, who came to the Bahamas at a point in the 1700s when we had the same level of gangsterism. It wasn't the Negroes, it was their white masters who was carrying out that level of piracy. And of course, they also involved many of their slaves. And many of their slaves who became free men also participated in the shipwrecking and bootlegging. So we have the history when Governor Woodes Rogers came to the Bahamas. What did he do? He expelled the pirates and he restored commerce. And he did that by doing what? Enforcing laws, hanging the murderers, and restoring commerce. And that is what is lacking. 300 years, perhaps more than that, since the arrival of Woodes Rogers, that wonderful English governor. So Prime Minister Philip Davis in January promised his administration would introduce the toughest anti-gang legislation ever. Within the bill, a gang is defined as a combination of 3 or more people, formally or informally, organize and act alone or with each other in gang-related activities. So we're now giving the gang leaders definition. So based on what Clayton Fernanda told us, that the police has 3 men, all of whom I suspect are Negro residents, that would constitute a gang. Because the Prime Minister does say a minimum of 3. And 3 men, the last time I heard from the police, were in custody pending further investigation. So far, the toughest penalty is 25 years. I would want to submit with the greatest humility, the 25 years is no years for a youth. 25 years for a man who's in his late 70s, 80s, that's plenty time. But for a young man, when you take into consideration the youthful age of the criminal, 25 years is like vacation. So 25 years is not tough enough. And we need to continue to read this bill to see if there is any further tougher legislation. All right? Membership, yeah. But now, what about killership? What about murdership? What will be the penalty under this new anti-gang legislation? Because if the anti-gang legislation does not make provision for the ultimate punishment, then it will have no effect. If every citizen is aware, boy, this ain't no tough thing, so we will continue doing the same thing. But if we are informed that this anti-gang bill is serious, and if we are defined and or convicted as gangsters, what it means. And then, of course, are we dealing with the issue of gangs in a very comprehensive manner? Because in our society, we have many gangsters. You can find gangsters in the party politics. There are many political gangsters. And what punishment will be netted to them? So we need to look at gangster and gangsterism in its totality and then deal with all gangsters. So there are different parts of the society that calls for the analysis or the analyzation of what really is a gangster. What really is a gangster? And we have been ignoring what really is a gangster because there are many gangsters in the Bahamas. So this is what is happening. Well, the Minister of National Security, that's Wayne Monroe, he says under the bill can make an application to the Supreme Court to declare that a group of people is a gang if there are reasonable grounds to believe the group is involved in gang activity. Any person aggrieved by the decision can appeal the decision to the Court of Appeal within 21 days. So this is very interesting. So if, for instance, a citizen decided, suppose we decided that I wanted to call one of the local gang name, but I won't do it. I'm just going to make up a gang name. Let's call this gang the Blackie Gang. So if, for instance, you woke up and you said, boy, the Blackies down the road, I think they are a bunch of gangsters. The law will make provision for you to take out an application in the Supreme Court and ask the judge, based on the evidence that you will produce, that this group called the Blackie, which is comprised of John, Harry, David, Dick, Mary, and so forth, we asking the court to declare that their group is a gang group and it is a criminal organization. And the court can make that declaration. And the government says in the new bill that provision will be made where if you are part of the Blackies and you disagree with the finding of the court, you can appeal it. So you can go to a higher court and ask Sir Michael Barnett and the other high judges to quash it and ask their lordship to declare that the Blackies is not a gang. So I love the idea. I asked the question, can we do this to political parties? Can citizens take a political party to court and say, listen, court, we have evidence that in 1955, this took place, the next thing took place, and we asked the court to declare that this party is a gangster party. And will the court also have jurisdiction to deal with that? But I like the idea. I like the idea that you can do it. It's not a new idea. Many Bahamians are not aware of it. There is a provision. I think Perry Christie can be blamed. If I'm wrong, may Christie forgive me, and may God forgive me for saying it. But I think Perry Christie may have played a major role in an amendment to a bill that was designed to protect women. And if, for instance, there is a woman that I felt that her husband and or her boyfriend was mistreating her, I can go to court and tell the court her husband is mistreating her, her boyfriend is mistreating her, and ask the court to evict him. And also go a step further and ask the court to continue to make him pay the mortgage and take care of all the responsibility. And then afterward, I can move in the house. Now they can tell you, ain't no law say that, but take it from me. If you can get the court to expel the man from the residence and to tell him to stay 100 feet away from that house, what will prevent me from now visiting the house? You check the law, it's right there. All right? I think Christie shouldn't be blamed for it. He just was listening to a couple of women who wasn't safe. I don't call that name. They don't like for me to call that name. But it's a true case where the law has made provision for that. So these are some of the challenges which we have to explore. And the question is this law designed for the poor man? Do I have the resources? See, something has to be wrong if the state says that if I conclude that my community has a gang, that I have to go to court. So it means I got to find a lawyer. Then the lawyer says to me, listen, this case is such a case, I need $5,000. And then when I take into consideration that I got to mind them big man who live with me and other responsibility, I got to say, boy, if I got $5,000, I better take care of them personal responsibility. But I should be able to go to the office of the Attorney General and say to them that these people, I have evidence to prove that they are a bunch of gangsters, a bunch of robbers, a bunch of dope sellers, a bunch of murderers, a bunch of... And then the government take my case. But now if they say, I got to go to court, I got to find a lawyer. These lawyers can charge big money. So when I go into court and I ain't got the money, nor do I have the personal gift to advance the case. Now, there could be provision because under existing law, if you go before the registrar of the Supreme Court and tell the registrar you ain't got no money, she make you swear an affidavit that you ain't got no money, and then she lets you file every document free. But we keep that a secret, so most of us don't know anything about that. Secondly, even if you became aware of that and there's waiver and say you don't have to pay, they don't give you no precedent. So you ain't got no paper to copy. So you don't know what to do. But the Office of the Attorney General should set up another piece of bureaucracy where people can go, lodge the complaint, and they file the matter free of charge for the citizen who is petitioning the court to declare that they have a gang in their neighborhood, or some of their neighbors are gangsters, or some of their children are gangsters, and so forth. So, but who into really straightening this out? Because if you leave it to me, you think I can to go find money, to file something, then when you reach the Court of Appeal, it's another piece of money you got to file. And then when you then file, pay for those documents, then the other side say, now we want costs. We want him to deposit X amount of dollars before the case can move further. So justice is then starved or choked in her most vital parts, and nothing advances. So it's a beautiful idea, but it calls for more trashing. The people need to become more concerned, and we try to figure out how we could solve this matter, because it's very serious, and all of us know the victims of these vicious crime. Many of them are relatives, their friends, their neighbors, their colleagues. And of course, once again, you will watch that in the case of Dawn, the Free National Movement is punch drunk on the issue. They're not good politicians. They have not even been able to write a good political statement. Take it from me. And I was blessed to go to the Supreme Court yesterday, where I ran into a very senior F&M. And when it was clear that there would be no one to hear what he and I talk, he did talk to me. And I told him, talk so I could understand. All right? So they're not good politicians, because this is the occasion to rally and tell the government, we must unite on moving the impediment so that those who are desirous of killing people will be hanged. So the F&M is as weightless as you can ever think. They're weightless. Don't understand them. Can you imagine? The deputy speaker in Minnis' administration, and the only comfort Minnis has is to brag how many CCTV he put around the proposed and intended crime scene. But when he had power to move for capital punishment, he pussyfooted. And he called one of the biggest meetings to deal with capital punishment right there on Grand Simner Daddy Place, where the restaurant was. Because he invited me, he invited invited Bishop Lige Bird, Dr. Bernard Nottage. Dr. Bernard Nottage didn't show up. He sent civil servants instead, and a number of civic-minded citizens. And Minnis just misled everybody. Now Don, who ran, and his leadership is murdered, and only comfort Minister has is to tell us that he put up plenty CCTV, CC camera, but didn't move to put the legislation in place, which perhaps would be a message to all of us that if we are fool enough to kill people, we'll be punished. So this is some of the things. This is Freedom March. The government has introduced an anti-crime bill. So it's important. Everybody needs to read it. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save freedom and democracy. God save the King. Let there be peace. Let there be the rope. Capital punishment. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and of course, this is the time when we do birthdays. So we are going to start. I'm going to do the first two. And yeah, are you ready for me? Or? Okay then, so we'll talk other talks until you are ready. before the adjournment, we were talking about the fact that the government has introduced an anti-gang bill. That is a bill that needs to be explored to see what all will constitute gangsterism. You would recall, leading into the 2000 and what election, I think the last election was in 2021, I spoke about gangsterism. I spoke about the art of gangsterism, and I spoke about betrayal and the art of betrayal, and perhaps we should attempt to define what all constitute gangsterism so that we can just punish gangsterism all over the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Signal me when you're ready, eh? Yeah, so they are some of the things that we wanted to talk about, but it's a very interesting bill. And then meanwhile, Toby, you recall that we have a Conky Joe guy that we call Toby. Every time I think of Toby's name, I feel emotional, I feel hurt to see how the Free National Movement and how Dr. Minnis refused to put a Bahamian citizen first. And this is a citizen who stands on righteousness, but Dr. Minnis and the Free National Movement sold him out. They sold him out. It's terrible. And he now intends to go to the Court of Appeal in London. You would recall that Sir Ian Vinder, our new Chief Justice, had found that Dr. Minnis did not sign, and there was an appeal that was taken to the Court of Appeal, where 3 judges, including the President of the Court of Appeal, Sir Michael Barnett, who is a member of the Holy Roman Catholic Church, they sat on that case, and when they voted, 2 of 3 judges upheld Sir Ian Winder's judgment, but the President of the Court of Appeal, Sir Michael Barnett, he revolted, and he concluded that there was an agreement, and he laid the case out in writing. And of course, Toby now says he is going to London, and it is our hope that the kings, that's King Charles III, his court, that's the Privy Council, shall meet, hear evidence, and advise His Majesty on the decision. So that's what we do by day. My spiritual advisor, Bradley Rule, how are you doing?
Exhausted, Senator.
How is the burial coming?
It's going pretty good. I am had an opportunity to go and see my dad today.
You saw him today?
Yeah. So the viewing was today for the family.
Okay.
My father is it's unbelievable. He looks very well.
Now, by viewing, you meant you went to see the body?
Yes.
Okay.
He's there. He looks great. Looks the same. Wonderful display. At Curtis Memorial Mortuary, the mortician has done an excellent job. Excellent job, to say the least. But you know, these are some very mind-sobering event. This is a very mind-sobering event. Just to see your father there, recognizing that after Saturday, you know, he would be no more. He'll just be just be the memories of him. But I had an opportunity to spend some time the other day before I am, continue with the other things that I had to do.
Do you have a memorial plan for him?
It's interesting that you asked that. Yes, a memorial service is planned today for my father.
It is today?
This afternoon, yes. Is today Thursday?
Today is Thursday.
Right, so this Thursday, April the 4th, a memorial service will be held today, this afternoon, this evening, at 7 p.m. at Pinewood Gardens Ministries.
Okay.
That is located on the corner of Willow Tree and Sapodilla Boulevard. For those who want to come, and of course it's just it's in a diagonal position on the east side of where Neil Ellis meets. You know where Mount Tabor, the
Yes,
Mount
I
Tabor
do.
family meet? Yeah, so
Yeah.
my father said the little small yellow building that's on the corner, that's where my father originally met. So the memorial service will be there this afternoon at 7 p.m.
This is great.
And so, it was surreal to be inside that parlor, just looking at him, touching him for the last time. I was able to put my hand on his head and just feel his head, because I have the exact same head that my father has. So it was just sentimental to be able to put my hand on his head and touch him for the last time. He's dressed rather neatly. It's a wonderful display. It's one of those things. It's one of those things. Anyhow, it is what it is. So I don't know what you want us to do. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So the memorial service is at 7 p.m. at Pinewood Gardens Ministries. Of course, Kimsley Ferguson is the minister there. He's assisted by a young lady by name. I think her last name is Joffel.
Okay.
Sister Joffel, I think, is the lady who helps him with the work. So the memorial service is set for 7 p.m. this evening at Pinewood Gardens Ministries on the corner of Willow Street and Sapodilla Boulevard. And of course, the family and I are grateful to everyone for their outpouring of condolences and kindness expressed towards us during this time. I want to thank Mr. Vasco Bastian once again. You did more than you said you were going to do. You called me and said, listen, I recognize your father's repast. It's Saturday, and this is what I want to do for you. So Vasco Bastian, the small little car that I was driving, he just filled it up. He just sent me to open the trunk, and he just filled it up with water and sodas and so on and so forth. Mr. Vasco Bastian, my brother, you have a heart of gold, is all I can say. And you have truly delivered on your promise, and I thank you. You didn't have to do it, but you did it anyhow. I'm thankful. My family is grateful to you for your kind gesture and your heart of gold. May God continue to bless you in your grace and your act of kindness and giving. Okay, so Ms. Medusa, tell me, what do you have today?
I'll go first with the great days.
Yeah, let me just look at this quickly. Yeah.
Okay. Is this Lady Cartwright? Lady Cartwright from Harbour Island. She's celebrating a birthday today, and birthday greetings come to her ladyship from her children, her grandchildren, and the entire community. So happy birthday, my dear. God bless you. And then the retired Senior Assistant Commissioner of Police, Bernard K. Barnaby Jr. He shares a very, very good day. Today, the 4th of April, is his birthday. Would you believe this big man is only 58 years old? And on his day and month, my maternal great-grandfather, George Alexander Moncur, was born at Green Turtle Key, Abaco, also on the 4th of April, and that would have been 1861. So, but Bernard Barnaby Jr., he's 58 years old today. Happy birthday sir, and this is powerful. Mr. Spiritual Advisor, you may continue.
Yeah, we got a couple birthdays. We got a couple birthday shout out we want to do while we're here. And so this lady, happy 84th birthday. Greetings goes out to our mother, Betty Ramsey. It's coming from your children, your grand and great-grandchildren, your daughter and sons-in-law, your sisters, family, and friends. They love you, and may God continue to bless you. So happy 84th birthday going out to Betty Ramsey. Who else do we have? Okay, this beautiful young lady here. Happy birthday going out to the beautiful Miss Bianca Hall. Happy birthday, Bianca. It's coming from your parents, your siblings, your children, your family, your friends, especially your cousin Tamika and Shauna, a.k.a. Muffy. We love you, and enjoy your day. Happy birthday to Miss Bianca Hall. Happy birthday, Bianca. Okay, who else do you have? Another birthday shout out. This is going out to happy birthday going out to Crystal, coming from your husband Jamal, your daughter Brittany, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, and the entire Dorset family and Amelie clan. We love you and enjoy your day. Happy birthday, Crystal. Okay, and then we want to wish this couple, please send a happy birthday shout out to Sister Patrice. Also, a happy anniversary to her and her husband, Kevin Bain. They are celebrating 37 years of marriage. Well, congratulations. 37 years is wonderful. 37 years of marriage. Happy birthday and anniversary, Patrice and Kevin Bain. Let's see. What else do we have? Do we have anything else, Mr. Producer? It does seem as if that is it. Yep, thank you. Go ahead, Sandra.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. So, is the laying of your father's body open to the public yet?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow is public viewing, yeah.
And where will the viewing take place?
Tomorrow the public viewing is going to take place at the Curtis Memorial Mortuary, which is located on Robinson Road. I would get that.
Robinson Road and 4th Street.
Yes, Robinson Road and 4th Street.
Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, it starts like from about 10 a.m. until about 5.
Okay.
Or it could be even 6, but I would confirm that. I would call Mr. Curtis in a few minutes to confirm it. But yeah, the public viewing is tomorrow.
And the funeral services?
Funeral services is set for Saturday morning at 10 a.m. at the Church of God Auditorium at Joe Farrington Road. Of course, Moses Johnson, who is the outgoing overseer, he will be eulogizing my father, and I'm assisted by Kinsley Ferguson as well. So, and of course, my father will be buried at Lakeview Memorial Park, and at Lakeview Memorial Park.
Yeah, that's right here,
Yeah.
Gladstone Road, John F. Kennedy.
Yeah. And thanks to all those who would have done so much as far as prayers and thoughts and greetings and condolences. We plan to have a repast for my father, which is going to be held at the Eldon Hasty Hall, which is located at the Church of Christ in Highbury Park. So we're going to have a repast for family and friends to come and spend the rest of the day with us. A repast is scheduled to be held at the Eldon Hasty Hall, which is located at the Highbury Park Church of Christ, which is located at Peters Field and Guildford Road, just across the road from the Holy Cross Anglican Parish. So family and friends, of course, can meet with us after the funeral for just a brief moment of exchange and, thoughts and camaraderie and fellowship. But this burden is getting heavy and heavy. I just can't wait till this is over. It's just so much things going through your mind. I have to put a speech together to give a tribute to my father at the funeral on Saturday. And of course, I'm also going to have a brief talk tonight at 7 p.m. at the memorial. So I'm not a public speaker, but I would do my best to see how best I could get people to understand some things about my father and the early years of us growing up in the Camp Road area. But yep, this is Salatra Road, all the way from Road Village Summer. His memorial will be this evening, 7 p.m. at the Pinewood Gardens Ministry. It's located at Sappadilla and Willow Street, just across the road from where Mount Tabor Union Baptist people meet. Thank you so much, Ms. Medusa. I appreciate you, my brother. God bless you for that. Thank you.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Absolutely.
And we continue to extend our condolences to you and your family.
Absolutely.
Well, members of the public are still complaining over the sight problems that they have. There are many people who are calling every day. In fact, now, members of our sale team, they are now being inundated by members of the public calling the studio and asking for the number for Dr. Daniel Dumfrey Johnson. So I shall give the number out again because there are many people in our society who has eye problems, and Dr. Michael Darville is going to have to, try to mobilize even more to help these people, many people. I have a woman who calls me every morning to find out if I heard from Dr. Darville yet. Her eyes are hurting. And in her early days, she was a Clement Maynard PLP. She lived in Big Pond, in the Big Pond subdivision for many, many years. And it is sad to hear, tells me wrong, 6 a.m. in the morning, how her eyes are hurting. And she even ain't sure what's wrong with her eye. So we're going to give out the numbers, and members of the public, are you ready? Here it is. Everyone with cataract, glaucoma, or other eye issues, yes, Dr. Daniel Johnson offers assistance to help without cost to benefit from government's treatment plan for these issues. Treatment will take place in Cuba. Dr. Johnson, who is the Caribbean representative under the Smart States Ambassador platform, can be contacted at, ready? 242-376-7651. 242-376-7651 and 242-322-5402. 242-322-5402 or 242-427-5402. 242-427-5402. So please continue to call those numbers until you are successful in getting Dr. Daniel Johnson. If you find that you're not successful, remember where his office is. It's at the top of Fort Hill, that beautiful building where they fix feet, okay? So everybody, we have to deal with them. Hello? Yes?
Hey, Rodney there?
Yeah, I'm on TV.
Rodney?
Yes? Ignore.
Rodney?
Yes, just talk to me.
I had my eye do right here.
Your eyes.
East Bay Shopping Center.
How much they is charged?
Beg your pardon?
How much he is charged?
I think I get my, I think 17
17.
$100 for each eye.
17 what?
$100.
Okay. Well,
East Bay Shopping Center.
some people can't afford it.
That's true, but well, I had help.
You had help.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, we got a bunch of people who need to get their eye fixed. We need to find a way. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You want the phone number, so you give it to them?
Yeah, you can give me the number. Hold on a second. Let me write it down. What is the number?
393
393
0930.
0930.
That's the number they can call.
And who should they ask for?
Just go to someone and ask them, you know, and somebody tell them what is what.
Okay. Thank you, Ray.
Have a base up and set on.
Okay. Thank you. Well, that was powerful. Yeah. Okay, folks. So there are many people, many people. They call me almost every day. They're trying to get involved in that wonderful eye program. So we have to, you know, push the government forward to keep working on that program and to assist our people. Well, before the birthday, I was telling you about Toby and the fact that Toby is going to court in London. Toby is appealing the FNM. Give the land to the Americans. It's just amazing. Even if you have little color, everybody knows Toby has curly hair, Toby got good hair, and Toby got color. That wasn't enough for Dr. Minnis. Dr. Minnis, give Paradise Island to the white Americans, and Toby is our own white people. Toby is our own Conky Joe. And Minnis and them, they politically sell Toby out. It's just disgraceful. Here in the Bahamas, being Bahamian is nothing to it, because when them white Americans show up and Minnis them see them smile, once Minnis them see them white people teeth, they give them everything. And poor Toby ain't getting nothing. It's just disgraceful, the kind of things that happen to society. But Toby is on his way to London, and I think that's going to be very powerful indeed. So, having told you that, let's see what else I got to tell you.
I just saw the information on the fire that was in Andros, because apparently some folks are criticizing you.
What did they say?
They're saying that you may have gotten this information wrong. They're saying that the fire was in another place other than the place that you're saying it was.
Where did they say it was? See,
maybe we're going to break, because I sent you all the information.
Yeah, find out, because
they're saying it's under control, that there is fire. There's a fire truck there with water that has contained the fire. They say there's some information that you may have said to the
did
public.
they ever thought that at the point that I was talking, the fire was not under control?
This is true, because somebody texted me.
Did they ever thought that at the point that I was talking, there was no truck there?
But
Did they ever thought that I was talking?
But at that point, you had that point.
Just hold on a second.
The point is, they had a truck on the scene.
I want you to listen to me. At that point, I was talking to a senior government official who was asked me to withhold his identity. And then he said, "Man, could go on TV and curse on everybody for us."
You may have preempted them. They may have been too soon to do that. So they're saying.
But spiritual advisor,
and this is a stalwart counsel of the PLB saying,
I'm not listening to the stalwart counsel. I'm listening to the government civil servant who I spoke to.
Yeah. Anyhow.
This is Freedom March. It was fire, but the fire out. All right? Call the fire engine. God save the people of Andros. I'm happy the fire has ended. God save the king. This is powerful. Hold on, everybody. Just relax, okay? They're trying to find fault with I. All right. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monca. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. It's 5:30. It's time to open the lines. My spiritual advisor, if it pleases you.
Okay, yes, 323-7775 is the number to call. You can call it now, 698-0775, 698-0776. It's a Thursday evening, and we're thanking Almighty God for this beautiful evening. You can call us so you can engage us today on Freedom March. I wasn't here earlier, but whatever subject matters Mr. Monca may have touched, you can feel free to comment on, or any subject matters in the newspaper, or anything you feel you need to talk about, whether it's spiritual or political. You can engage us today. The numbers to call is 303-7775, 698-0775, and 698-0776. If a man dies, shall he live again? That's a very powerful question. Job 14, verse 14. Something to think about. If a man dies, shall he live again? But sounds like the agnostics and the critics says nobody came back to say anything, eh? So
Is that really true?
So we don't really know.
Didn't somebody come back?
Who came back?
Didn't somebody come back? Think about it.
Well, Jesus came back from the dead. But there are some who try to dismiss his resurrection. There are some who are saying that historically there was no Jesus. They're saying you can't find Jesus' birth certificate. They're saying they don't know if he ever existed. Now you see the problem? And so that's cast doubts.
It's not difficult.
It's cast doubts in a lot of people's mind.
My neighbor just came to see me this morning, and she can't find her daughter's birth certificate. And the daughter,
argument exactly.
And the daughter is 4 years old.
And I can tell you, when in the next 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is like a day, and a day is like 1,000 years, beyond this scope of time, space, and matter, I can tell you, another 1,000 years from now, you probably won't be able to find my birth certificate.
Really?
I mean, I know we're in this modern technology with microfiche and microfilm and saving information.
You're not attacking the government, are you?
No, I'm not. But the argument is you can't find Jesus' birth certificate. There's no historical records of him. You don't know if he ever existed. There's this one intellectual that
Why are you saying that we do not know whether or not Jesus
existed or not? Yeah, because there's this intellectual that sits under the tree at the Breakfast Club.
No.
He said Jesus is a figment of the imagination.
No. Why are you repeating the devil?
He says that Jesus is a figment of the imagination.
Why are you repeating the devil?
But Sandra, it strengthens your faith. It strengthens my faith.
Satan has convinced you that Christ
No.
exist.
Let me tell you. Hatched in Roman history, you won't believe this. This same intellectual believes in Roman history because there's historical evidence to prove that the Romans and the Roman government did exist. As a matter of fact, today we have what is called the Roman Catholic Church, because it could trace its history all the way back to Rome and the Empress of Rome and the power of Rome. But the Romans says, hatched in their historical records, there was a man, a Jewish rabbi, who was put to death under Roman authority. And that man is Jesus Christ.
So you
That's
accept,
where we go wrong.
So you accept the Roman teaching?
Absolutely. Because they recognize that this man passed their way.
So do you accept their argument when they say that Jesus Christ established the Roman Catholic Church?
No.
Well, you see what the problem is? Let's leave this alone.
No.
No, I don't. I'm a politician.
You see how you cross things?
No.
You cross things?
My spiritual advisor.
You miss it.
No, I'm not missing it. I don't want to discuss this.
Let's pull it back.
I don't want to discuss
back
this.
a second. See, you missed it. I'm talking about the punishment.
This.
We're not talking about the religious belief.
Children whose, when their parents die, they live like cat and dog.
It's amazing, eh?
Let's discuss children who soon
Santa,
they hear mama
every
dead.
time I bring up a point.
No, I don't want to discuss that.
Santa, let me ask you a question. You're telling me that people is take rock and pour it in the coffin when they hear the will?
In my family.
If the will is
My
red
family ain't like your
and it
family.
ain't in your favor,
We don't
you
pretend.
can throw rock in the
We
coffin.
throw big rock on the coffin.
Santa, that doesn't
Now,
make...
in your family...
Oh, we got a call? All right, let's take this call. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Yeah, good afternoon, spiritual advisor.
Yes, good afternoon. How are you?
And good afternoon to the senator.
God save the king.
God save the king. Senator, why you got that phone? You don't return nobody messages to you, you know.
Really?
Yeah, these minds. But I have a question. I want to jog your memory.
Okay.
In 1989, in the year of our greatest queen, there was a man called Frederick Mitchell that burned the Constitution and handed the ashes to President Oscar Finley.
Which constitution did he burn?
The Constitution, a copy of the Constitution of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Now, this would have been the constitution that the English government gave to the Bahamas government, right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I would like to know the day that happened, if you can remember.
I do recall that something great and powerful did take place, perhaps near our Supreme Court, but I need to pray and fast over it so that my memory will be restored.
Okay.
And I'll be able to talk to you accurately.
Yeah. I only remember that in
Do you
1989.
need another constitution burn or what?
No, I was just doing some questioning.
Some
with
research.
folks that
Mind you,
might go.
Mr. Mitchell is willing to answer, you know. You can approach him and ask him if it was true that he did light the Constitution, because there are many myths and legends. Some say it was true, others say it was not. Some say they don't remember. Others say what a wonderful day that was.
Okay.
You see?
Okay.
I was small. Don't mind I big now. Mitchell and them way older than me. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, eh?
Hello.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yes, good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Good. I have a question for Mr. Montco.
Sir,
Morning, Montco. How are you doing?
I am fine, sir, and good morning to you.
Yes. Listen here, we have a problem in Freeport.
Really?
A big problem.
Tell me about it.
Right now, as it stands in Freeport, you have 15 to 20 people every day goes to the eye doctor. And we don't have no eye doctor in Freeport.
Well, we got to do something about that. Have you attempted to reach Dr. Michael Daville?
You talking the duck and devil? He don't be, you can't get him.
Have you attempted to speak with your member of parliament?
No, sir.
Who is your MP?
My MP?
Yes.
I wouldn't tell you was my MP.
It would be good if you would tell it to me so that your MP and I could get together and we can go and find Dr. Daville.
Well, it seems like you have his number.
I do
You
have
could
his,
give him a call.
I do have his number, but in more recent time, something went afoul with his phone, and sometimes it is difficult to reach him.
Man, that is no problem for him to go and get a phone.
That is true, but focus on the point that I'm making. Can you share your MP's name?
Yeah.
Who? Who's your MP?
My MP?
Yes, sir.
The woman who you always praising.
Name her. Because, you know, I praise women everywhere. Who's this lady? Who's this lady?
She is the president of Freeport.
President of Freeport. My spiritual advisor. Who's president of Freeport?
President of Freeport. Freeport has a president? When you say president, what do you mean by that?
The lady who runs Freeport.
Why don't you just tell us the
Correctly?
name? My spiritual advisor. Let him tell us the name.
What's the name of the lady?
You don't know who's running Freeport, who's being
Come on.
in the house?
Yeah, give us the name quickly. We don't know. Who's the name? What's the name?
Oh boy.
Yeah, let's go into the next caller. I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. Next caller, please. 323-7775. No time for games today.
Good afternoon, spiritual advisor.
Yes, good afternoon. How are you?
Good, man. It's happy I see Brother Monica could have put a smile on your face a little earlier. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Why y'all be wasting time? If the man, he know who is he, Member Parliament. He ain't want to say to me, you could have some type of political little stunt thing they try and pull there. But listen to me. I ain't called you on that. I called you, spiritual advisor, to ask you where you had breakfast this morning. Because the same thing you came up with about Jesus and things a while ago, this is the same discussion we had this morning.
Really?
So you had to be somewhere where you was talking to somebody when we left. Yeah.
Where was this? Because I had no breakfast this morning.
I was invited there by VJs.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a hot spot.
They were talking about if I sure Jesus born and Jesus. I say if I ain't sure or you ain't sure, I ain't taking a chance. I can get saved, and if I get saved as a father, then that's all right.
Yeah.
But I'd rather be saved and don't need like insurance.
Absolutely.
I'd rather buy it and don't need it than need it to have it.
Yeah, absolutely. I say the same thing.
I say, I ain't one thing. You sure Jesus born on the 20? I say you ain't sure when you born.
No.
You want to know what they tell you.
Yeah.
They give him a date, say that's when he born. You know how old I was when I know I was born on February 23rd, all the while I used to celebrate February 24th. So it all kind of mix up.
That's one part of the family that celebrates your birthday on the 24th. The rest of us did it on the 22nd.
23rd.
No, 20.
Yeah, I was mixed up from small.
You had 3 birthdays.
On the 25th.
And we know that you born.
That's all right. That's the most important part.
Yeah, you was a beautiful baby.
I thank you, sir. I still a handsome man now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you man. We got to get together, though, brother. I got to reach you off air this weekend sometime.
That would be powerful.
Yeah, we need to just discuss one little thing before I run loose snaggers. They ain't treating me right. As I can leave that just like that for now.
Okay.
I want to start.
Well,
we have 29 more months and about 26 days now.
Now, you're not
before the next election.
You're not threatening the PLP, are you?
You look like I have to.
Listen, you're not to do that, okay?
Sir, I need some attention. Nobody showed me no attention.
Who's your
Who the side or the mind? My side going out. They don't need me no more to drive the bus around.
Who's your?
They told hundreds of people for them.
Who's your MP?
My MP is doing good for me to speak of those assemblies.
Well, you
need Patricia DeVoe.
Well, you need not worry about anything. All you need now is Jesus.
Boy, I hope so.
Yeah.
But me and you can talk this weekend. I promise you.
We shall talk.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Take care. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, could you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
I need to talk to Mr. Manka. Mr. Manka.
Sir.
I didn't have no intention of coming on, but I had to come on to solve this little problem that I hear you talk about a while ago.
Okay, help me.
You was talking about Mr. Menace so loved the white man about the property over Paradise Island.
Yes.
See, when you hit one party, you need to hit the two of them sometime.
Okay.
Because don't forget, when the Honorable Prime Minister Christie was selling the property them out Cable Beach, he was giving away so much area, give away where his house is, where he lived.
Perry Christie? Hold on a second.
And your best friend, the Prime Minister Hubert Ingram, your best friend, Prime Minister Ingram, had to solve that problem.
Papa?
Before it went too far. Don't forget that.
You sure?
I'm sure. You check into that.
I can ask Papa.
The Prime Minister, Papa said that he had to clarify that.
Okay.
Okay?
And what Christie did?
What he did?
Yeah. Did Papa pay all that bill?
Well, I don't know because they have secrets.
Okay. I'll ask Papa, okay?
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. Good afternoon.
How you doing?
Okay, I'm fine. Thank you.
Let me ask you a question. I wish I could have come and your father's memorial service, right? But Mr. Vice, you got to be recognized by the government for having a lot of patience to put up with that crazy man next to you. You know, just now, a gentleman asked him about where little burning copy of the Constitution. Now, Rodney wants to know what happened. All of a sudden, his mind go on blank. See, he know if he didn't say the right thing, they was to be on his case for making Fred Mitchell look bad.
Oh,
so,
okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
He should answer the question. He know Fred Mitchell burned the Constitution, John McSweeney burned the Union Jack, but all of a sudden he's sitting up there like a crazy man with his head on his face. He ain't got his hat on today, but talking to the, yeah, you touch your head all you want to any man. But if you come to people, I tell you, to do you right in, boy. We gonna fix your business for you to any man. Not how you physically, but you, boy, this is the day that the PLC lose election. I come to take that car from you. I come to take that. I can fly to Nassau just to take that place from you.
You come to take
you
that
already
place.
want to the ball there.
You upset that young man.
You ain't safe, man. Next caller, he's not safe.
Welcome to Freedom March, call you live.
Yes, a very good
I love Ezekiel.
You'll be encouraged. Very happy sorrow that happened here, and let us continue to pray for your immediate family that God is strengthening you. If you have our bereavement, I'd like to show to all the citizens around the Commonwealth of the Bahamas that those around the family islands, they can destroy them. Every family gets about to the port of the one back to Mother Three. Now, three has some sorrow that is and let us continue to pray for the Iltv, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the those incarcerated. I'd like to show to everybody that you will be
Ezekiel.
And you stay on the top of the mountain top and not be encouraged. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Okay, take care now. All right, thank you so much.
Ezekiel, better known as Job.
Hello.
Yes, you're welcome to Freedom March.
Is that me now?
Sorry?
I am calling about something that has been bothering me. It's a matter of law or something like that. A couple of days ago, I heard where this prisoner that was in jail for like 25 years for murder was complaining that his constitutional rights were being
violated.
How do you say?
Violated.
Because he killed this little boy and was found guilty and sentenced to prison. He is now complaining about the state of the hotel that he is living in, free of charge with free meals, while the rest of us who have committed no crime have to go to the grocery store and buy groceries and cook it to have a meal. He gets his free, and he is complaining that his constitutional rights are being abandoned. I didn't know that a prisoner had any constitutional rights. I thought when they were found guilty, that take care of their constitutional rights, whatever they were, do not exist anymore. But maybe I was wrong, and that's what I would like Mr. Moncur to say.
Well, essentially, his argument is, notwithstanding all that you have said, his argument is at least he should have some human dignity. Like, say, for instance, when it's time for him.
But he does not deserve any dignity.
Well, he's paying his time. Now, I know there's times when society finds it very difficult to forgive people, right? But he's now incarcerated, so he's...
Murder is not something to let you forgive. Only God could forgive that.
So you're gonna...
Not the country. The country has to put a noose around his neck and hang his arm.
Oh, hallelujah! Hallelujah! Speak, sister, speak!
But what I am saying is that
My spiritual advisor, would you please leave this lady alone? She is correct.
But he's saying,
my spiritual
if he has to
advisor,
defecate,
my dear,
at least give him
you are correct.
He said, at least give him a toilet and newspaper.
He is in a better position than the 11-year-old boy that he killed.
Exactly.
So,
But he's just talking
you
about being
are-
treated humanely.
You are right, and I yearn for a day when those who would willfully commit murder will get the ultimate punishment. You're on the right track.
Thank you,
God
caller.
bless you, eh?
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. 323-777. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Good afternoon, Brother Rose.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Brother Monica.
Sir, how are you?
Wonderful, man. Wonderful. Brother Rose,
Yes, sir?
first to you. I and my family, anytime you guys come on this show, we watch you all. And we want to extend our deepest sympathy to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I've had a little contact with your father once or twice in my lifetime.
Okay.
And to know the gentleman, he's one of a kind.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, and so I was just laying in my bed and I saw your heart when you come on. I saw your heart when you come home and I come on and I just said, boy, if I could only sing a song for him, because I knew the guy that he was. But
If you
I
want
want
to
to say
sing,
to you,
you want to sing?
yes, man, I can sing.
Well, sing. Let's hear the song. Sing for my spiritual advisor.
No, not now. I want not now.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanna say to Brother Rose, no matter where you go in life, let no one shake your faith.
Well, absolutely not.
People will say all kind of things, especially in these days and time. Remember, Jesus was born, he was crucified, and he was resurrected.
Absolutely, that's the gospel.
And don't let no one shake that.
Absolutely
You ask
not.
the question, if man die,
Shall he live again?
shall he live again?
Jesus answered the question, actually.
Yes, he
Jesus-
will.
Yeah, he did answer it. Jesus says, I am the resurrection and life.
Right.
Yeah, so it
the
is what
point
it is.
though, whether he rise to go to glory or whether he rise to give an account to go to hell, the Bible says that
All will
he
come back.
have an everlasting soul, a never dying soul, and he will live forever, whether in torment or
In
he
peace.
will rejoice with Christ. So I just want you to just hold the faith, my brother.
Thank you.
Don't let go.
Thank you.
And if I have a chance between tonight or during the time of the funeral, I think I would come and shake your hand or say something
I
to you.
appreciate you. I appreciate you.
All right, so
Thank you so
Manka.
much.
So,
Hey, man, be blessed, okay?
thank you. God
Thank
bless
you, caller.
you. You're a good man.
All right, take care. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Monica and Spiritual Advisor.
Good afternoon to you.
Yes, this is Shanika. I'd just like to send out my condolences to you, sir, on the passing of your father.
I appreciate you.
And, we know he's in a better place.
Thank you so much,
And
caller.
also, I just want to chime in with that seemingly elderly lady, and that, that prisoner still does have constitutional rights in that he should be treated with humanity.
Yeah,
We
human
have to learn how
dignity.
to be humane with one another.
Absolutely.
Not because he is incarcerated, you treat him like he is no longer a human
Yeah.
or less than a human. He's still a human.
Yeah, that was my
He
point.
did something wrong, and he's paying for that.
Absolutely.
And we must keep that before us with each other. It doesn't
Absolutely.
matter. That person is still made in the image and the likeness of God. And whatever you do, if you are a child of God, your number one goal is to reflect God and his virtues and his characteristics wherever you go. You must say, and whatever you do, is this godly? Is this the kingdom of God's way of doing things? If not, don't do it. You understand? Okay, and the Bible tells us that you love God utmost, and then you love each other as you love yourself. So I would say to her, I understand her point, and I understand Mr. Marcus' point. I wholeheartedly agree with hanging. Because if you kill, you should be killed. And I'm not talking in self-defense. You premeditatedly went out and you killed somebody, you should be hung.
Absolutely. Run out of
And
time.
also, when while they're going along that road to be home.
We have to cut you. Thank you, my dear.
Humanely.
Absolutely.
God bless
We're
you.
out of time. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Well, folks, we thank you for joining us today, and we thank those people who have called and openly expressed themselves. As we conclude, I invite members of the public to get a copy of the proposed gang bill so we will know what constitutes gangsterism and what will the law define as evidence that can be used to determine that a person is a gangster. So it's a very interesting bill indeed, but we must study it. To my spiritual advisor,
Yeah, tomorrow. Yes. Until we meet again.
God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the Bahamian people. God save the King. It's powerful today. Do well, everybody. Please be safe. Take good care. If it is God's will, we shall return tomorrow.